Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Pink Brothers Show. I'm Sammy, and today we're going to be talking about The Boys Episode 2. Now, we last left off The Boys Episode 1 with Translucent being captured by Butcher and Huey. And then we begin the episode with them meeting up, in Episode 2, with them meeting up with Frenchie. Throughout this entire episode, we see that Stillwell wants to get the superheroes into the military. She wants to militarize heroes in a way where we don't need necessarily to use soldiers for battles, but instead heroes. But the underlining theme is that it's because she wants to be able to control the conflict. You know, they want to have Vought wants to have a bigger piece of the pie. Basically, control conflicts overseas for their interests.
No one's putting soups in the national defense. It won't get out of committee, much less hit the floor.
Because God forbid we could have an advantage in an armed conflict.
You send a soup over the 38th parallel, Pyongyang's going to answer with a nuke.
Then one of my guys will catch it.
Now, with Huey and Butcher, they are still at it. They capture Translucent, which is one of the 7. And now since they have one of the 7, Frenchie is trying to kill him. Because that's basically his special skill, is trying to kill superhumans. And throughout the episode, you can see that we're getting developments on both sides and all that. And then, on a surprising twist, we see Homelander's true intentions.
What razor-sharp fish instinct made you run to Stillwell and tell her what you thought you saw? And I trust we never have to have this conversation again.
Now, Homelander's supposed to be this, image of someone who is justice, someone who is not faltering or anything. But we see that Homelander is just like everybody else. He's very conceited. He knows that he's powerful, and the thing is that he wants everybody else to know that he's powerful and that he can do other things. He's always constantly going against Stillwell and making ideas. And in the episode, we see that Butcher is actually trying to actively kill Translucent because he wants to leave his mark, or he wants to send a message to the 7 saying that, even superhumans can die, even if it's just from regular humans. That's the key statement he's trying to send to the soups as well as to Vought, and he just wants to remove that control. With Huey is still conflicted with what his decisions are in this episode, and he still has the traumatization of Robin being dead, and you can see that he's struggling mentally with all this. There's actually a moment where there's a heart-to-heart between Frenchie and Huey, and how Frenchie did his first kill with a girl that he thought was really pretty and all that, and you see Huey now thinking damn, I think I have to get my hands dirty now. And it's a really good way to see how Huey is changing little by little, how the way he's coping with things. And by the end of the episode, they successfully do kill Translucent, and it's Huey who actually kills Translucent. Now, the way he kills him is a surprise to everyone, but I think that's a pretty good way to keep developing the character, keep developing Huey, because there's a picture that Huey looks at in a few times where it says try to keep your hands clean, and it's a picture of a baby, and you can see that Huey is thinking, and he doesn't want to get his hands dirty, but he has to eventually. But killing a soup, that's something he never thought of, but it's that internal struggle that he has, that with A Train especially, that he wants to get back at A Train. He wants to try to, hurt A Train in some way, or some form or some way. And that's how the episode ends, with the music Cherry Bomb, and it's just an explosive ending to like a very intense episode. There was a one time where Homelander almost caught their operation.
Well, if you got nothing back there, then you got nothing to worry about, right?
It was just so intense. This episode in its own was very a key episode, because this is the episode where Huey is like, he's committed now. Like, he can't run away anymore. There's no more being scared of what's going on or what's happening. And you can see that Butcher is kind of proud. He's like, he's doing a lot. He's actually doing what he said he wanted to do, and he's following through. And for this episode, I believe I would honestly like the season to keep this momentum. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep seeing third episode, fourth episode, and so on and so forth, all up until the 8th episode. And then when the 8th episode airs, when we see the 8th episode, I'm gonna review the entire season as a whole. But as of right now, episode 2 still explosive, still mind-boggling. Just having those reactions of those characters. It's basically Supes versus humans, and it's like an uphill battle for the humans, because the Supes are essentially indestructible. We don't know how exactly they get their superpowers yet and all that, but I feel like throughout the episodes we're gonna get that, and hopefully we get more surprises. We get a lot of more surprises. It's good writing. It's also very good pacing. It feels like a movie. It's almost an hour long. Each episode is almost an hour long, and that's like a little good movie that is just enjoyable to watch. The cast, like I said again, is very engaging, very charismatic. You can tell. Well, on screen, it feels like those characters, even though they're new to each other, they're already adapting well, and they're just they're really good all together. As an ensemble cast. Hopefully we get to meet other characters, and I just want to see where this story ends up. It's a phenomenal story. And if you like what you saw here, please leave a like, share, and we'll be right back.